for it me enjoy electricity say o man penny e ka e kwase the kind my baby say o parliament house now we say dia de na me hwe ni me de me ka enema emiemu a ehu nya me pa e china no na me pa mi say Eda makoma so say o man penny e ka e kwase the edi kind ye hwe ene ye utility ECG and electricity tariffs yen say to Americano a maximum for ira sabe ene first na say efie me ni otwe mo na say afie otwe na chese ka 2,000 ene this auto be 4,000 and say na max let me ene we edu tebese o ma bi say sa de we e awuri na ba o tebese na extra opa one can be ever said o ma ti for no any budget no ma ti me don't ever so much enjoy no me electricity na o chat me mo fu so fan o ti so e mi so fa na mi tare be run off as was said to photo lights become tebese o ma bi so me bi fa na Ghana for it me enjoy electricity Fabo banana e boa excesse o se ye twa sabe e boa e timi e twa e bi se baka cocoa farmers as the price of cocoa ye hwe ene akuafo a cocoa farmers a hwe o man sa be du sa ene akuafo esu omutimi ento omutimi ntwa omoma fees to me near idea basically and as omo abrabo ni say omo shebre abawe asesam ye hwe price a ye hwe ni say bag ba ku ni bitimi twa 100 bags 100 bags ni ate 10 million I don't know if for no moti as ye twa okika 10 million bom 100 iska kese enti ya dia e ti akuafo ensu si china mehwe ni say o ma peli be ka say bi no aka say we di e class me na meka is my enti or restore the price budget 3,000 na akuafo ani dia o man so ani ye de eje yesu so ye hu say e tu kokko me hu say bibi akoso o man mu akuafo di dwama o to nya business asu timi di ye do obeye obo ma school fees o timi twa akuafo na timi temi ade te best o ma peli anya ma mienu we ese nya ampe echi na oba electricity and as utility no o make is Ghana for ebetimi a enjoy at affordable price na ebie mu susu koko akuafo odi omo sika ese efata wo mu no ebe ma omo ma enije aba omo
ni mo say Mr. President like I said that is wrong omo enhunu omo antini ama na omo kana see nti ne di kan omo de chaupa ema koko akuafo yeto so mbe na mega so koko admanu se obesan trading no koko trading no so no they also got it wrong and nti omo side de chaupa at koko akuafo na eto so miensa ebo no a omo de makoko akuafo a na ye 3,625 no osan a restore na de ama akuafo tie omo tie so no osan de omo akọ ebo a ode ema wom na eto so nan ama akuafo na hu ebra saa sika no a eka na ode wom obetua ka awie if is on the license buying companies nika in excess of 12 billion it is ukoyi 850 million na ebetake more than a year and sakra na watua e kadada na odie no tie akuafo pese omo hunu se merben ya omama no na otwimie no wamakuafo bosome otua kane nyina e de afri ho ti ufa kokoro dia sane ma enan na mepese ibehu no omampanyen the state of the nation address nimo na afi so kokoro no ekoda ncha electricity kane na fie na meto 500 etumi take me beye na otwimie no na no mekoto 600 1 week asa 1 week per asa entiento mo no maye hu say 100% of me hu 200% of me hu No maka 30%. And so koto ya now credit. We nyame nkwa. Nti o ma ye hu the real increase na eba no. Na fe losses na ewo gold board no so no. O ma ye hu no. Can reserves and never wa or buy or my deputy reserve nina so and so or my penny to watch not dear Sanya men I may hear anyone say we don't know state of the nation address.
Let me thank you for the opportunity. Let me say that can you expect so much from the Sona that will be read tomorrow by the President, His Excellency John Dramani. Because there are a lot of things that have gone under the bridge that Ghanaians are experiencing now. So respect to the economy. I think it's going to speak so much about the economy because economy is the heart of the country. So the progress so far done with the economy will be presented tomorrow by the President. When it comes to the infrastructure base, we realize that all over the country, constructions are going on. Roads, health facilities, infrastructure, all these things will be presented tomorrow. Then on cocoa issues, that's the topic today. Cocoa issues. You see, though the finance minister has stated clearly the reforms that cabinet has approved to be used by the government for the next years to sustain the cocoa sector in the country. All these things will be said tomorrow. We expect a lot. We expect a lot tomorrow.
To touch on.
Well, I expect the president, as usual, to be very sincere with the people of Ghana, and I expect him to deliver with the same humility that he is noted for. His Excellency President Mahama, in his first State of the Nation address when he returned to government, may not have been seized with all the facts and the state of affairs. And so I expect that this time around, having been in office for over a year, he will again give a full account of
Yeguswa ede ensem no aka no ede somo na meka wo se ukọ Facebook a ye stream live e wo honom fache TV sanso e na YouTube nso obenya dwumadie no ahwe e wo ho obenya ensem yi bi akenkan e wo www.facheonline.com eno so ensem no ebu mfumpa e wo ho obenya bi na wakenkan na wani ajepa ye to aso de a yenko emrahye bedwafie mu ho a na eho e na Honorable Ato Kasiel Forcing wano ena oba omai Ghana oye omai no photo sign for na enhyehyeye mu no wonom ahwe se ebeboa wode dwumadie bi eba ebeboa pa ama Ghana yensi achi ban ya eye gold sika akọ no yebetimi anya bi ede agudem se de be ya ebeboa pa ama Ghana economy no atimi agina ni atimi edi dwa hodo ewo Ghana ha eni amanhodo so se de ya emre kakra eda yanimu bese emre abosomi edunum de yebetumi edi dwa na aboayen ama Ghana ye economy no so atimi agina brane na san hyehyeye no na cabinet bonum ekohia ye ya watu ne din Ghana Accelerated National Reserve Accumulation Policy na no na ofre no GANRAP eno na odi kotu dwa ewo mrahye bedwafie se cabinet agya tomo wonum agya tumpa ebra Dr. Ato Forcing Edin Komono Sebi and our Shrimu.
The current gross international reserves level is above the traditional reserve benchmark of 3 months of import cover. This is, however, not sufficient to provide adequate self-insurance against disruptive economic shocks and its impact on the exchange rate, like the historical depreciation of the currency in the year 2022 and 2023. To strengthen Ghana's resilience to economic shocks, Cabinet has approved the Ghana Accelerated National Reserve Accumulation Policy. The policy represents Ghana's strategic plan to strengthen external resilience by increasing the nation's international reserve equivalent of 15 months of import cover by end 2028. So, Speaker, this policy is anchored on the objectives of the Ghana Gold Board Act 1140, which mandates the Ghana Gold Board to generate foreign exchange for the country and support gold reserves accumulation by the Bank of Ghana. Given these uncertainties, the conventional threshold of 3 months of import cover is no longer adequate for any country. Government therefore seeks to accumulate a strategic buffer beyond the conventional reserve adequacy levels and build an economic war chest to safeguard macroeconomic stability, break the cycle of economic downturns, sustain confidence in the currency, improve investor confidence. Also to reduce exposure to external shocks and support long-term economic transformation of our dear country. To achieve this, the following intermediate targets are set. First is to achieve a minimum of 8.6 months of import cover by end of this year, 2026. Second, to exceed 11.8 months by end of 2027. And third, to reach 15 months of import cover by end of 2028. Mr. Speaker, these milestones will be reviewed annually based on realized imports, prices, production.
Finance Minister Honorable Dr. Kaakyire Papabi Ekoswa Ede enchiremu ebaye ekwanya aban no enhyehyeye mu no wonum betimi ato sika akọ ne bi ede agudem na aboa no enese aban no ebema gold board wonum sika pa na onum de atoto gold no ede agu ho na watoto gu ho wi a na Ghana Bank of Ghana wonum so akọ gold board ho na wonum so akoto sa sika no se de ebeya ebeboa ama reservoir bonumu ka ho asem no ebetumi agina ebra ato forcing eguso echirechire mu no sei na woka no
secure the target after netting out debt service, FX operations, energy sector payment and statutory outflows. The strategy requires an average of 9.5 billion United States dollars annual additions to the country's gross international reserves. The Speaker, to achieve this, the reserve accumulation target, the GANRAP has set an operational weekly gold purchase target of about 3 tons per week. At 3 tons per week and a price of $5,000 per ounce, gross receipts are projected at approximately 25.28 billion United States dollars annually. Mr. Speaker, Ghana's strategy for the acquisition of 3 tons of gold per week is in 2 folds. The first is the Ghana Gold Board to acquire up to 2.4 tons of gold per week from artisanal small-scale mine sector. The Speaker, the Ministry of Finance making budgetary allocation to the Ghana Gold Board to achieve the objectives. The second, Mr. Speaker, the Ministry for Land and Natural Resources is to invoke the preemption right under Section 3D of the Ghana Gold Board Act 2025 Act 1140 and Section 7 of the Minerals and Mining Act 703 to purchase a minimum of 0.5 tons of gold per week from large-scale gold mines. Right, Honorable Speaker, the Bank of Ghana will purchase the gold acquired from large-scale mining sector. The gold purchase under Section 3D of the Gold Board.
Ghana by SC Woguso any Ukraine a minor emon penifo a din komo. Said ye beya bambo hon sem emwa hoden ya him kakra. Ewo memunu one mo ebetumi apejemu. The amasa nkomodie hu akohia nyina ye nanu to renchem ya Ghana tomatoes were ready for ekohia ye ewo Burkina Faso. Abra na won makoho ekoto tomatoes ediaba. Na waso for shama no nsem so. Samuel okuja to abrakwa edi na dwuma yemu ensrahye akopie cave ye no ewo Ukraine minor emum. Won mo ne mpanimfo hia ye no what the proposals and asensusu ya do bebre akoto wo manim. Ebi efa bambo ehwaye defense afa kwan a won betumi afa so na omeya bambo fo no ato wo mani wasa aboa okode ne wo mahu de wo wanim wo benya intelligence no so emunim de ene ahoden eno da nchan a enwomasia mu na afei omai Ghana money Ukraine e minor to kese ewo mu na Samuel okujeto ablakwase wo gidi se ebeboa ama Ghana bambofo wo mo ahoden no agina brane na daachi bi atorenchem bi ebobo basa de nanu esi ye no a won mo hunentem na waso ano
confirm that we have just concluded very fruitful bilateral discussions. Our discussions have been broad and varying. We have discussed the need to have an agricultural cooperation. Ghana is positioning itself to be an agrarian hub, and we want to be the food basket of our region. And we have discussed the potential in having full cooperation with Ukraine in that regard. We have also discussed matters on education. Before the invasion, we had a lot of Ghanaian students here, excess of 200, who were particularly studying in the field of medical science and engineering. Because of the invasion, a lot of them returned home and had to be reintegrated. We want to revive that educational cooperation so that we can continue to have more of our medical doctors and engineers trained here. And then we can also receive a lot of Ukrainians who want to have a different exposure, different environment. We have also strong universities, some of the best in Africa, like the University of Ghana, which was established in 1948. So we have discussed the need to revive our educational cooperation. We have also looked at the potential of having a defense cooperation agreement. As two countries, we have very strong armed forces. As you do know, Ghana's celebrated armed forces is one of the UN top troop contributing nations. They have tremendous experience in maintaining peace, maintaining law and order, and carrying out peacekeeping operations across the world. And we believe that we can cooperate in that area. We are also looking at establishing an electronic warfare center so that we can deal with the threat of terrorism that we face.
Yegusua ewo Ghana bambo mu ensem eso na AFIA etwamu afi empinu ene aduonu numu ena Interior Ministry no wonum ehye se ase se wonum hye na Ghana mabunu ya wonum ekwadefy se wonum betumi edijuma se aposifo Ghana Fire Service for Immigration Service any prison service for wonum befa bipa se de be ya wonso betumi anya adwuma ye na aboama enipa hodo a ye hwehwe ewo adwumakuo nim ama bambo eho atumi akoso ewo oman nim no wonum efa bi na akwan hodo a wogusua ede efa no baako a eka ho na edimu ntintiman pa eye ensohwekere eno no sansohwekere no akane no nanka wonum de emrantie ene emabuna hodo a wofa no ekọ baabi baako na wonum akotena se atwero nanso afi enam de esisi ye ebra asrafo wonum efa nipa no ene stampede ahodo a ebeba ye no nti no Interior Ministry no eye na dwen se ene wobi a ebetena fie ansa na watwero ne nsohwe na kwan a wobefa so na watwero nsohwe no ene se wonum ede abafo kwan so wonam wotifie na wode laptop wabiem na hye nsohwe no wonum ewo application bi a bobebie ede ama website na wakọ honum akọkyero na eno ena minority edom kuma ya wonum ewo mrahye bedwafie ede aba abonten leader ya ne din eye Alexander Kwame na Afenyo Mackenzie wase hwe ekwan a honorable Muntaka Mubarake enam so na wode AI edi sa adwuma no womra na womakyerɛkyerɛ mpa efrise enkrofoko a wode sa contract no ema wonum se wonfa sa abefo kwan ne so enye ensohwe no esefata say wotime ne parliament edi nkomo na wobekyerɛkyerɛ mu ekyerɛ parliament se de be ya wonum betumi ahwe se ampara wonum ebo Ghana ho ban na enkodi enkrofofoforo biara ensem eno nti wonhwe na womra Alexander Afenyo Markins.
By the Ghana Immigration Services, Ghana Prison Service, Ghana National Fire Service, and the police. Mr. Speaker, the methodology has changed. What we have been told and have become aware is that, Mr. Speaker, the entire process is now centralized at the Ministry of Interior. A private software developer by name TribeNet has been tasked to create a data collection platform which is empowered to run process through the use of AI generated aptitude examination with minimal visible involvement of institutional leadership of the affected services. So, Mr. Speaker, to explain, this AI-generated platform being operated by the TribeNet software developer does not involve police, immigration, prisons, and fire. So, Mr. Speaker, what it is that a person who is supposed to do an aptitude test does not answer questions in the area where he's applying. There is a software which is a centralized platform. Mr. Speaker, that is posing a difficulty, especially when none of the security chiefs and their management is involved. Mr. Speaker, let me give some numbers. What it is, Mr. Speaker, it is becoming expensive for would-be recruits in accessing this. What they need to buy a scratch card, have access to internet, have access to computer, and it is difficult, especially so, Mr. Speaker, when there are many areas in Ghana where internet access is a challenge. Mr. Speaker, what it is that when they log on, the system over short period locks them out even if they have connectivity problems. Mr. Speaker, I am saying this because in my own constituency, people are approaching people for money to be able to have access. This is just at the beginning. If we don't handle this well,
Dr. Afenyo Mackenzie, Bono Ekasawi ye, and Honorable Muntaka Mubarake, Bono, and Waye or Swafo ya washe, a fisem eswo, and a bambo, a hun semswo. Now, one kasa and the dear Nimu Emasa recruitment ekoswo. Bono so as Mr. Speaker me wasemka. And Commoner Dr. Afenyo Mackenzie, Wakano. Ayano kurep trodo na ye and Sasa de Beya. Ebabwapa ama transparency etimi aye juma ene enema mo betumi ada ho na obi enkwagi obi bribe ema ne nkofas obi emfa ne nsem emfa results bi emfa ma obi enti ene wotifie na wankasa wotwura machine na nkasa ebeye nhihye aboa ama bibia akoso said ye beya ye betumi nso abo enkrofukuo yi ana nipakuo yi ho ban na wonum enkonya enkwanhia bi enti no ena yese wonum tena fie na woni sa adwuma no Muntaka Mubarak Honorable
1% of them have gone through there without any qualms, and it is a better system because it takes away all the human interference and takes away all the corrupt activities that used to go on. I can assure you the leadership of the man will not sit whilst others go through the hell of dread process. Others sit home and then they just correct that and the name of so-called protocol, they get damn those who qualify go back home. We are taking everybody through the system. You come, you go through the body selection, we check your certificate, you do the aptitude test, you do medicals. Many of our young people who go for military training, they die. They go for these other services training. And I'm sure most of my colleagues who have been ministers, they will tell you, they go and die because they have missions that will not warrant them to go for the exercise. Many of them don't, in the past, they won't do it. We are insisting that you have to do all that. So that even if you have to be helped, let's say the minority that wants someone to be helped, you must go through and be qualified before even if you have to be helped, So please, stop deceiving the ordinary. We know what we are doing. We are making sure that all the con men and women are taken out. They don't get the opportunity to sit. Just last weekend, Mr. Speaker, 2 prison officers were arrested because they were trying to assist 40. There were about 4 or 5 arrests. That's why you are not hearing people have been added, because we are vigilant and we are. Yes, we should know our country has a challenge of unemployment, but in our recent agenda, the security services, you must have the minimum qualification before you go in. We are not going to be dumping people there just like people are going when we came. People with diabetes all were under training.
Yeah, what that Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, DVL Ejimekwonuanom, Ora Julius ni kwen kote ano akoyi nika. wade nsembia tudwa ama Ghana for ebo na chi papa ene woko social media platforms ahodo so anya asem ketua said o mo criticize opani no ono ankasa ne to ayehye wona Julius asema akoka nyina ne se one more any foreign affairs ministry ehia na wo nsusuye bi one more pese aman maku num bi ya ewo amanone one more de wo adwumayefo ekoho na Ghana de hye bi no metete sa aman ne so no one more driver's license na ewuwo no okọ renew ni nyina ma wonom said e be ya daachen one more bedru fia eniema mo be mre ama won na ne wotu ne hyen na wokọ na wade saa semi tudwa ebra woni adwumayefo wo DVLA ehia ya na wonom etwetwe enkomo asem ya wokan yeyia na Ghana force na opani edie anamotu no enhyehyɛ bɛn na mopɛsɛ moyɛ ne saa no sɛ mo sesa mo adwumayefo akogu amanone na wonom akɔ register Ghana for a wo mo epɛ drivers license ama wonom ya no understand na amene na bra Julius ni kwei kote any DVL adwumayefo hia ye na wode sansem no etudwa no yenhwemra.
Some of you DVL staff, you are traveling overseas to go and provide services in 5 countries outside the US, Canada, Netherlands, UK, and Germany. I can see you are smiling. I will add you, don't worry. So that is the service you are going to provide. We've gotten approval by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and this is what we are going to do for our Ghanaians staying abroad. They don't need to come down to come and renew their 1-year license expired. They'll be there and we'll be doing it for them. We'll provide all licensing issues over there for them without vehicle registration.
Enti Julius ni kwei kote edi sansemi tu dwawie ye na Ghana for sha se ya won mo bonachi na wo twi nanim e wo social media platforms ahodo so no a ena won mututu mirika edi statement edi kan eba abontene for pesa wo mo kire nyina ne se asam no ase Ghana da obofo agi Julius ano esibone said na wo pesa wo kire mu no nyesa ena media no won mabo ho amane ama Ghana for boafu a enu nti won mo ekasa kire wo pani no said wo mo epebia e wo social media so na krata no ne wo mo epesa wo mo kire nyina ene se amai enum United States, Canada, Germany, Netherlands, any United Kingdom. Ghana bayana musi for atena ya ewo ho no. Ena wo mo no mo eka bomu ama wono ma wo ho ayesa adwuma no. Nyese bia wo sesa adwumayefo no ewo oman mu no do mo afro wiem hyen. Akopie mu Ghana sede amane no wo mo hunu no no. Na se wo mo ne Ghana fo ni bi hia na obi wo pepa se ne driver's license ewu ewo memu opese o renew anasa waji international driving permit ya won ma ye no ho ama no wo mu wie ne sa application bebe nyina no na wo mu no e de atwa suo abepiem wo Ghana ha na mpanimfo no ye ho adwuma assign de kop na afei adehye no akwaje won ma de enti sa pepepe ena na asam no etie se de na Julius ni kwei e kire mu no ena so Ghana for je na no esi bone entremu yi enam statement edi kan so ba ye no echi na Ghana for se na da ye nkwadasa asem ya Julius kan yi obi na aka hye na no na obi aso ntumi nka se tape no obi de ne nsa kwakeka a doctor ena odi asem bi aka ho eda ho pefe wo sha ne nkasa ase pe ena osem mo motete hayi mumu binu mu ebetu kwan akwa amanone enti sa statement ya modi abai mo pa kire sen anche na jana no ayehye tina DVL for side statement number 2 aba number 2 no modi ba ye no asemti ya edaso na no mo say anamonu a wo mo pese wo mo tu na wo pani pa ni kwei kote aboho amane no afei de wo mo hunu se anya Ghana for abojo enti de wo mo ba ye review wo mo ba san atena se na wadwene ho mienu senhyehyɛ no a wo mo pese wo mo de ba no ebeboa anase emmoa wo mo ye ne saa sai na Ghana for ebesomu na afei wo mo tumi aye de Ghana for epe enti statement atoso mienu no eba ya na de wo mo pese wo mo ebeka esi sudua ema Ghana for te ase ene se Woman Timin Fiti Precope, and yes, sir, woman Foreign Affairs Ministry, to Cassa, Ayasa Jumano, Ewo Abra, and what some any money body Kayaba, Ghana for Anyeno Abojo so, now one more any new home. Na on kwati Ghana for adwenkyere enye bibia ya edo haw ebeba dache enti adwobre Ghana for nka wakomanto wonyam na womani agekura sa asem ne ba ye no adwento ato na ye bebre ama DVL fo ani aba wom ho so to obetu anamopa se de be ya akomato ye mu ebeba na de wom eye no enkofa wo haw emre obia.
Wo sa ensem krono mu na ene enam se DVL wonum ekasa no mu no wo bo Foreign Affairs Ministry no edin asoye ya wonum ehwe Ghana ene amahodo enkitahudie ensem so awonum so ade krata aba bonten ya wo kire se bo yesramo ye de yenim ho hwe ensem a DVL fo ekeka nyina yesramo ada Ghana fo yenim ho hwe o yenhu na aban no so emfa bibibiada emeto yepono so ya ekire se ani DVL fo yema wonum kwan ema wonum adwuma yefo emra ama ahodo num ya onum eka ho asem no emra emedi dwuma se wonum ebeye dansese anase wonum ebe renew lansese ade ama Ghana fo a wonum ewa manone ama ahodo bi te se United States, United Kingdom, Germany ani de keka ho ni nyina wonum de wonte hwe aban no so emfa amanebo biada emfa ma wo mu eno nti wonum ka kire Ghana fo se wonum ene DVL fo eni komo bia emfa ho sanso na aban no policy bia ni hono mu a kire se DVL fo emfa wonum office mra na wo meye ensiseye bi ema Ghana fo a wonum ewa manoni na wonum lansese yentumi enyema won anase ye renew eno nti wonum ka na waka asisu dua asisu poppy say sadie no eniho wonte ho hwe eno nti se DVL fo kasa na wo bo wondin a wono de Ghana fo eni wonum emfa emfirim na wo mbekoso a ahye Ghana fo bo se onum de adwumaden ene de emuda ho pa pefe ene beye adwuma se de beye a bibibiada enkobone enko achiwachiw na Ghana so betimi akoso a afa nentuma pa ede afra eno eye Ministry of Foreign Affairs wonum so krata wode aba afa sansem no ho eno no
also for washampotemu amemuoso Ora Ahmed Ibrahim eba manie se decentralization ehon hyehyeye na nsɛn na so ye no eye no akwa ni mu papa ama enyumaku akese mienu ewa manone a wonom asom ama enei wo pepa se wonom ebeboa sikamoa bia wonom ebetimi ede aso mansini ahodo no asene ama wo matimi apagya apepe amamuo no wo so beye ne saa pepepe sa enyuman Switzerland State Secretariat for Economic Affairs and Germany ejumakuo bia ede KFW Minister echiremu ane wo mo eka nyina ne se mansini ahodo ye wo Ghana ha ya wo mo dwumadie mu no wo be hye se wo be ma fan ye ne pepepe ya da ne ho adie enkontabuo mapa ebe koso na kataso mu aso bia enwiniti ewo dwumadie mu no ene wo de sikamo a ebe pia won na wo mo de aye mpuntunyuma bebre Minister si we ba ebeba be so District Assembly Common Fund and responsive factor grant ya no so every aban enchan ba no na etimi aboa ama mansini kropon ene enkro akase emumpuntu afa ne ntuma pefra wone enkroto ne mansini ahodo a wo mo benya mfaso ade afri sa grant yi so ene hyiaye ewo ahafumantamu a Minister Ahmed Ibrahim ebosa amani
for Economic Affairs. They together have been supporting Ghana's decentralization program for a long period. And what they do is, at the end of every quarter, when the District Assembly Common Fund is being released to the MMDEs, we set aside 10% of it and give them 90%. The 10%, after how you use the 90%, will come and assess you. Though that will pass, then the Swiss people will come and the Swiss and KFW will bring another money added to the 10% and and we share it to those who will pass. So clearly last year, 2024, when the assessment was done, you could see that 118 districts passed, 101 failed. Those 118 that passed, some were given 10 million Ghana cedis, 11 million Ghana cedis, 8 million Ghana cedis, all because of the 65 million euro dollars that the SECO and KFW are bringing to add to the 10%. So if you do your disassembly work well, assembly members attend meeting.
Switzerland, a minor, one more anemu senior bedia, ya or Ghana, a ra Jenin Waltz, and so a tress, and why one de best stop mensely no aslenom. And yes, the count one, nemum, one more eber costo, a peja and one said the beya, and puntuo, and ne, and womasia, and who edumanina, one more ebeye be. Na decentralization ya Ghana by Ediesin and Nistono. They are
used by the smile of the kids, by the market woman, or by the chips compound where you see the patient coming in. For us, this is accountability, not to the government, not to development partners, but really accountability to the Ghanaian people. Because we want to see at the end of the day in decentralization how service delivery improved for the whole community. Thank you. So we are still ongoing. The program is running, and for us the key word is impact, utilization. See how the things are sustainable, and as soon as the systems are here, we are happy to continue the collaboration as we have done a long time.
Sedie empotamu jumadie ene mantambia emu jumadie ebetumi akọ nimpa na aboa ama Ghana aban na ni suade hunu se opese oboa ema oman no etumpon no akọ nanimu nti. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama won into aboma hodo mu ebra na wope abanwa adie no wo hyebo se woba ene assembly members no wonum wobeboa pa na adawanse a esefota wo mu no wode ama wonum eno enam so bi ema afi wobaye ene assembly members ya wonum ewo tanonov mansini no emu no enei na nka aban no edi wonum ka ewo allowance ya wahye won ho boa ama empuntunyuma ene wonum djumadi ahodo a wodie ewo ho atimi akọ nanimu no na aban no edi omuka bese abosomi enkro na enei se mene wo kasai enigi abafie efise aban agya sikam se wonfa na wonfa ni wonjuma wonum allowance ya na akamu no aban no edi sika aba na no ena assembly members empanifo ya waka mo mu ebo turn off mansini no emu wonum eni ajepa enigi ene de ene de aba pa na no enam so ama presiding member ya ne din ene honorable Boachi Michael Hastings wase de abaya ye de ebeboa ye yo ebeboa ye papa ebetumi ama yetimi adijuma aboa ama ye mansini ane ye mpotamu ahodo ane ye yankasa ye betumi de sika bi awuram na aboa ama mpuntunuma so atimi akoso ebra honorable Boachi Michael Hastings ekasa no seibi ana okan
ne nzentwofo nhyiamu ayafre enye asem tinti bia enye asem hu bia ni nyina ye omampanyi mama ana ye bona baso de kan wa de fefa assembly members wa ye de amaye na onipa ya de a oseye na omampanyi mama e bon to ano ose assembly members oba osumeso a my kakra na yeso ensan ebo word na odo kamsa odo aye no yeso etimi bi etimi dia support to ejumadie na ebinum say ontimi nye na for the first time in the history of this country na some ni bia ba be ya de fefe sei e de amaya na say yantimi anka bibi amfa ankyere na seven previous na ya eboni afo eno na tanon of municipal assembly members 37
assembly members ni nyina wonum so ka bomu ede anigye ene wo sebo pa eda Ghana ban ya His Excellency John Dramani Mahama eda no ase ene wonum mansini krachi panyini ya wo honum woda nase
how nkitinkiti bia na me finsi no nyame adom e alawe ya yewura ede e maye no ntino ye betumi esibra no kwan a yemfa ha no dodo na kwansa no ankasa esubio say yo mame fo mpanyimfo bibiri wo ho no moto da bia bi kura de na obedi kura no edene yenuanu mu bi mu soso eyenyanka mamuni omuni buafo sankrofo we se nyina ye nipa na ye kɔ mo na so ekɔkɔ mo mmoa nti se ne se yewura de saa sika we se aba bedom assembly members a ene yenso ye de beye dwumadi papa na ahye yewura John Dramani Mahama eni nyam na ne da ye so papa so ye no emfa so atumi aba so enu nti ye to nkra e de ma yewura papa yewura Mahama se ye da na se assembly members ye da na se
de yesre yewura John Dramani Mahama ne se allowance ya abai ofan ko emrahye bedwam se de mina no di kan onabo edi kan e kan no na dia e ba be ka we be snase na akoso ayi ohaw e de free e assembly members and appointees no so me kai abato mri biduye sa mere na menya appointee fie ne qualify me chairman nkrofo no afedu be na me dwane it is say de we abi obi ba na okono oni bi na obeto me a me nka se on office me yi na me nka sa me de amano na mo so ama ebetimi aye niam bebra ye fa ye hawo ema meto assembly no so na ebi kura aka ye MC
ena dai senye nyankopon NFFia enka Christian Hope Ministry asafo ninina do nsa eguanti ato abeseno fisa won masofo miensa ena enyame nko a enka won mo ya hia enkwanhia ye de owuo ebeba ewo esofia achiase kwan so ewo kumase heya ene sen Toyota Voxy ehyen nansen wono so aye ne ho Usain Bolt ya America tenta na wono mo de ekum nkrofo matotwene totwem wono mo kirese na baako edimirika ano odin papa be no padu baako ewo Sofia achiase kwan ne so na ebra wotufum ekwan no ahyan mienu ya na wono mo si won ba bie Toyota Vitz ena sa Toyota Voxy ni bie na esi Sofia chiase ho baby wode kwa wusu mu na sa Toyota Vitz no ena na asofo miensen a wo Christian Hope Ministry no wono etimu a Nyankopon edi wono ho afofie na wo ho ankam asofo ene Bishop Osai Kwame Evangelist Joseph K Amponsa ena baako a woka ho a nidin entumi ametodwa wonti a eyeye ene se Ayasabia Cedar Crest Hospital ani mo pe ena nkwanhia no esiye enti ntempa no osesa won mo ekọ ho a doctor fo gina won so a wo hwe won ahyan no sesai pa nanso nyame adaroma obi ani ho a ofiri mu na asofo no kasa ya won mo de aseda emu odin ema nyankopon se ne wode wo mo nkwa achewo
ya anti bibia de ti ane gra ye pie ba ya eye Voxy mienu a yewu na ba kodia the decline na the number no last number 25 which is the use private number no ono na bre wa free ti ne nua ne so be abegja no ti nua na ba no so the card for it so for it no na say to aso kobo ne nua so the boy say obia en free na mu mpra ene be ma afre na police for aba ja ye ho hyehye say Voxy we mu never seen baako na soft for you video no ene na soft for the count man say di pamiensa na mo hospital sia mo si hospital ya isi hospital nim hospital ni obsi tesi ya na anti e bon dey adom ko hospital ho no ma after doctors ni gino mo so show mama ye
okay yekoye ufusom ewo Sofia na ye wa bisia mu no na ye de kai ewo se enti ye twen se omude body ni baba na ye wurem akoye ufusom ma om en se ye nka bi nhemu ye nwa se fidie di abbo yeti ayi ye firi kwa mu kura enti ye sofo na okaka na de ne ni echi atwa na mimi no yeso no se ni mu mimum de me hu ba bia anka ani se jamuri abetu
na mapaki
ya paki sinche kura ya paki sinche kura
nyame adom se de osofo kana me eba me hu wi mu anse na say Rashiko hospital on but God so good they see as hospital any nti ekɔ en doctor no etriti no say bibia e okay nti eno no ma mbisa me komo do say mekɔ akɔ okay efutu kakra am de be ma drivers no say broni kasa na oyɛ ka no osuro nti broni oyɛ ka
Yeguswa ede ensem no ahodo bi ede esomode a wobɛkaye a yɛbɔ enkonpon akɔhwɛ yɛti 2025 AFIA etwa mu no ene asrafo ya wonu mu ɔman Ghana mu hyase sɛ wɔfa nipa ahodo ɛwɔ ɔman mu afa na baabi a wɔyɛ recruitment na no ɛna sɛ menkae obi a yaw ɛne ensem hodo a esi yɛ wɔ nkrampoponi mantam mu stampede Sanso ena ebi koso ewo Asante Mantamu Kumase Baba Yara Stadium na ebra na emabunu ya wonum epe adwuma ibie aye wakopka akire so ewo stadium ho na stampede esi ye no abaya baako ya wono ne mti no pa enye wokoda fom ema nkrofo tietia no na emi nkasa wontimi nya hwe eno ansa wodafo ako ena ne ho na enye Anunti wadi emfinsia no aduonu enum 25 years ya bono ewo Asante Mantamu hanom hidin ede Sandra Bafi Boaten na enumu ena asrafo aye wonum adwin se wobehwe bomodin se wobegye nkwa ede ama no wobeboa nawofo ene nabusuafo ewo sa oyene ene nkonhie ya Sandra ahia no wobetimi ahwe se de obetumi aye bia ede akwa Sandra ama watimi anya hoden aba nkwam ede aba beboa no wonum ebeye anonti asrafo defense minister wono ehyeye ema ampanyimfo eko Sandra fie ene no kodi nkomo se wonum beboa abusua no ama enhyehyeye etimi akoso pa ebra brigadier general edi enkomo no ya ne din ede benga ono ena ye principal staff officer ebo ministry honum wono edi ensem say bi eto abusu anim.
It's difficult. I'm not a medical person, but still not being able to speak means that it is bad. That's the way I can describe it.
Sandra ne maame enso edi nano eto nsem ni bi ekire said ye Sandra ebra stampede no ba ye no ya yede no koto ayasabia no oyaw pa Sandra efam
dawa watineni no but on kasai ujina ne nkyɛn a ohun se ebia me na megina ho ya na se na first no de no da ho se but se ujina ne ha wo so move ni ti no aba ha boko usa ko ha no ma na ase obe ni pakura na ne ho se de wo mu se si ano
na asrafo no wonum ebo won homodin pa eno nti enam so na nka Sandra ewo Kumase cat misre Konfanochi Teaching Hospital eho na Sandra wo nanso enei wonum de wiemsen abefa no ede ne ko enkranpomponi mantamu 37 military hospital se wokotoa ayarhwe no so ewo ho na Sandra maame ani age ya wo da asrafo na se wo anamontu a wotu afa ne ba no ho
when I am mobile dear, many age, minim say why I can rade be buame amane ayalesa me hwehwe mensaka. Madam Penny for say media desrede to omanim no. Omanim ama no ma buame amane ye dene ko minim say de akire bia so mbe ya ama me. Say we say de ni tu kwan kra no nya na ayalesa. Omo buame. Na emle musa. Paiba me hwan so obi ade beta mechi se ne ho beto no Sandra Bafi Boaten se ohia yaresa to obi akonu kotodwan ma de me san se ommo bi ma no na won sole na nhye ye nyina de Awurade animonyam
enka obanyin sen na wokọ awoso a na ye anigisem ede ma abusua nyina nanso owura bia ne din ede Emmanuel Kwansa ene ne yire na omi Kwansa de won ma wo ya wakọwo ewo Chifopraso government hospital akofa areho abre wonum ene sen owura Emmanuel Kwansa ne nsemtwerefo abonkomo no kire se ne yire ne nyem no wo mo kwatwa scan ehwe egu ne yafunu mu no ebeto odwasa wonum ya miensa kire se ahenasa nanso na wodru so no mo kodru ayasa bia wakwawo ahenanan quadruplex ama sesei hospital bills eho ka emene no papa want to mintua enti wosre ahwefo mo
ana scan kyerɛ sɛ obe wotere nti na wo brɛ so na yɛba hospital private government hospital yɛba na doctor yɛ operation was na nkwala no dɔɔso na yɛnim sɛ yɛ 3 afei ekɔwi ase na nkwala no ayɛ 4 doctor yɛ operation na nkwala no ayɛ 4 afei nkwala 4 ni na nso ɔmo gu nkubetem sese a meka se ɛho ka nyinaa nso ɛda hɔ operation ho ka sese yɛ ho sika nyinaa asa nti mesrɛ ankora bia titirimbo aban mbrem nso wasa east mp ane assemblyman ane bia yɛsrɛ mo sɛ ɔmbɛboae na sese de yɛ ho sika nyinaa asa na yɛsa agye sɛ medwane agya me yere ane nkwala no hɔ because sese a the way a nneɛma esi kɔ no nneɛma yɛ den ama me paa mesrɛ nkwa
no kwasɛm ne sɛ bɛrima nanum aduru a ɛnwono wo hwɛ ima animu a nneɛma nkɔ yie na wɔmi kwansa ima yere yɛ nnɛ wakɔwɔ henanan ma akɔfa ɔhaw abai ɛkyerɛ sɛ nyɛ sɛ nkwadaa no wɔn mu ni bi miɛnsa wɔ hɔ dada ɛna nka na wo ɛsan akɔwɔ miɛnsa ka ho ama na yɛ nsia a nyankopɔn akyɛ wɔn mo baako sɛ ntosoɔ ama sese a yɛ nso nti wa wo hwɛ a efie bɛyɛ dendendendendenden ti deɛ aduro ne deɛ ahwɛfoɔ amamu a nneɛma ɛgyensɛm
so hume mobo na mene na se me wo form sa me ba ko pe na me hwehwe dia aka me nsa no ho se be ya ma hondi betimi na me dia tro ba sisi ya for no ma hondi ntimi me sere no so mo ame nkola na didie mu se toni sika semu assemblyman disi ane mpanyimfo a wa teku nyina me sere mo se me hia mo mu akakra dia ba na ebro ma dwene menti ase so ebro ma hondi nso te me sere mo se mo bua na me fa
Yeguswa ede mo ekowie ewo ensensem ne mu a Food and Drugs Board Authority wonum ede krata ba abonten ya eka na ede ohye eto wona etonton ensadene ewo adwamanso eti ne titiriw ene omai Ghana mu adwa hodo so se wonum emomodin na bonyi ensaden ahodo nyina emfiri Ghana ye market na enyi nyina emfamfiri ho efiri se wonum hu ne se ensanoma Ghana for yeton ema wonum num no ede yade pa ene beba besai o my Ghana kom ano nti wonum ehye wei eye wo hye ena wo hye se wo bibia da woton ensaden ahodo wo my Ghana mu ene ye ubehu na yaye ensa wei ne ye diaba ne yaye ensa wei ne ye diaba no wonum bo amane se yenhye na yenyiyi ni nyina emfamfiri Ghana yedwa manso se de be ya Ghana for so ebetumi atenase ebo enkwane ahoden mu na aboa ama bibia da akoso ebra wonum ede etudwa no mo kire se wo hwe article under article section 81 82A na Public Health Act 2012 a de eka nyina ene se eni kwan se ye de sa ensaden no ye ton no ye dwamanso ema Ghana for etonum eno nti wonum egina krata we so ehye ama ye sa emra no adiduma se de be ya Ghana for so eho beto wonum na won koto sa ensa no enom ema ne nkofa ohaw ene oye nebiada emfa mesai o my Ghana kom eno eye Food and Drugs Board Authority wonum krata wode aba abonten no ensema hodo a ewom mino bi eno no
ewie na omay adehye empanise ekwan no ewa sadien kra na abewie ewo aboboa ano enwumre kase ya yede besomo ewo Fache TV so no aha ene yede ni nyina eba awieye ansa na yebewie na yada Millennium Construction ase no mamenka wo se awofo no a won ma wo ahenanan no wo sremo anti won magya Emmanuel Kwansa ne number eye mobile money a wo kakra bi a wobetimi di atoso na de aboa wonum eye 055 326 8556 055 326 8556 Emmanuel Kwansa no a ne mobile money number ya ekra no enti ketua bia nsa wunya kakra fatoso na won mu ntimi emfa ntwitwa wo ho kakra fi se de adro no be ma se anhwa obedwane agane yere ne ma eni kwan se ebasa yemfa kase hu asedama Millennium Construction ehɔ ne yekoto yensa ase nyina na won maboa ya me asi dream houses afei ye pese yetena gated community mu anansa won munsi fie no ne yenkoto na yentena mu wa bra yempese ye bebre wadansie ne hasuo etie bia mu a Millennium Construction Kumase Boshe na Yas Junction ehɔ na won mo wo fa numbers no wo screen ne so no wonim panimfo betumi akasa ɔhaw no aye construction ko ade a wo mu na mekamfo akyerɛw won mada romania besom wanwumre ye kɔ na dwumadie foforo ato